Yes, yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. Yesterday, a section of leaders allied to Kalonzo Musyoka came out and issued a press statement. A press statement that has really elicited a lot of joy among Tanga supporters. But to Kalonzo Musyoka supporters, they are a little bit skeptical and divided about yesterday's remarks by these leaders. So I want us to have a look at this short clip of these leaders as they issued their statement yesterday, for that's going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion today. And in case you've just bumped on this YouTube channel for the very first time, kindly subscribe and also give this video a like. Give it a like, please. Thank you. God bless you. Let's have a look at this clip.
Should our party leader ever make the decision to support the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga for the presidency, we respectively assure our party leader of two very painful outcomes. One, he will walk that journey alone. And two, the Ukambani nation and the millions of his supporters across the country will never forgive him.
Yes. That's the press statement yesterday. And in various political forums today, that has been the discussion. Tanga on one side, led by their perceived spokesman, Dennis Itumbi, they are celebrating about that press statement yesterday. While on the other side, Kalonzo Musyoka supporters seems to be very confused and very skeptical, if not divided, about that statement yesterday. So we have those sides. We have Tanga celebrating, we have Kalonzo Musyoka supporters a little bit confused and divided. So in this video today, I want us to dig deep and see exactly the truth behind that press statement yesterday. That's our analysis and discussion. Yes. The first thing, ladies and gentlemen, these leaders who came out yesterday and issued that statement, they might have gotten some information, or they might be privy to some information that Kalonzo Musyoka is just about to endorse or support Raila Amolo Odinga. So they just want to be invited and be part and parcel of that kind of an endorsement. They want Kalonzo to brief them of what is exactly happening behind the scenes. Maybe Kalonzo Musyoka is just doing these things alone and not carrying these leaders along, or is not updating them of what is happening behind the scenes. That comes out very, very clearly. Maybe they know that Kalonzo is just about to support Raila Amolo Odinga. And I'm saying that because if you look at Kalonzo Musyoka demeanor of late, he has been very, very quiet on attacking Raila Amolo Odinga. He is very, very much guarded. But on the other side, he's very, very busy attacking William Ruto. In fact, recently, when Kalonzo was cleared, or rather was cleared by EACC about the Yataland, the lawyers who were part of Kalonzo delegation was James Orengo and Otiende Amolo. That also spoke volume on that day, that maybe Kalonzo and Raila Amolo Odinga might have sealed a deal to work together. So these leaders just want Kalonzo to also brief them so that they can also be part and parcel of what is happening. The second thing that comes out clearly is that maybe these leaders might be sending a protest note or against Kalonzo Musyoka, or against Kalonzo's leadership style. You know, Kalonzo, from that statement, it shows that Kalonzo has not been able to solidly unify his support-based family behind him. So leaders are left each and every leader is just talking his own things. And also, ladies and gentlemen, that leader, Wambua, Senator Enoch Wambua, if you look the way he has been voting in parliament, he has been voting along, in most cases, he has been voting along with the Tanga side. So that also just shows the lack of loyalty, the disunity. Kalonzo has not been able to bring these people together to speak in one voice. That also comes out very, very clearly as to the reason Kalonzo also made, as to the reason these leaders also made those statements. And then thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, it's also most likely that these leaders might be sympathetic to UDA. Because today, about some few minutes as I speak, Dennis Itumbi, the perceived Tanga spokesman, actually insinuated that it was the deep state that was behind that press statement yesterday. But the truth of the matter is, we are in a game of politics. It might be UDA or Tanga who might have been behind that press statement by these leaders yesterday. The reverse can be true. It's a reverse kind of a psychology. Dennis Itumbi is saying this, but the actual truth might actually be the opposite. Because there is propaganda and we are in a game of politics. And then fourthly, ladies and gentlemen, it might be a deliberate move by Kalonzo to up his stake on the negotiating table. Because just yesterday, William Kamket also announced and made it clear that in the coming days, Gideon Moi might just declare his presidential ambition. So it seems to appear that all this handshake team, these leaders, each and every leader wants to up his stake on the negotiating table. So Kalonzo might have deliberately sent these leaders to talk the way they did, so that Kalonzo can now go to Uhuru and Raila and tell them that my leaders will, my people, or rather my support base, will not allow me to maybe support Raila Amolo Odinga. So by saying that, he might be offered something even bigger than maybe what is being offered currently. So it might be also a clever move or strategy by Kalonzo Musyoka to up his stake on the negotiating table. Because it seems men are on the table, on the negotiating table, and each and every person must up his stake on the table. And that might be a deliberate strategy by Kalonzo Musyoka. And then fifthly, ladies and gentlemen, the MPs, in one way or the other, might be trying to twist Kalonzo Musyoka to give them direct party tickets. And I'm saying that because of this. In each and every election cycle, after 5 years, about 80% of the elected leaders are always sent home. So these leaders might be feeling the heat from the ground. They might be feeling some heat. And in Ukambani, having a wiper party ticket is almost an added advantage. So these leaders now, maybe they're feeling the political heat from the ground, so that they know that their chances of recapturing their seat might be very, very hard. So they want to maybe twist Kalonzo or to blackmail Kalonzo to inviting them for some kind of a boardroom negotiations. And they will just tell Kalonzo that if you want us now to support you and Raila Amolo Odinga maybe, then you must also give us something. Give us direct party tickets. Something like that. So they want to twist Kalonzo Musyoka into giving them direct party tickets. Because in Ukambani largely, if you contest on a wiper party ticket, then that's somehow an added advantage. So these leaders, ladies and gentlemen, might also be trying to achieve that. And then also, before I forget, we are in a game of politics. And some things what you think might not happen might actually be what is happening. Let me also talk about this thing they are saying, that Kalonzo will walk alone. Are they really serious that if Kalonzo supports Raila Odinga, then Kalonzo will walk alone? Are they really serious? I think these people are not serious. They are liars. They are hypocrites. We know for a fact, and you will also largely agree with me, that as of now, Kalonzo comes out as the Kamba kingpin. And in Kenya today, you know for a fact that if Kalonzo contests for the presidency, alone as Kalonzo Musyoka, he will fail miserably. He might not make it. And the best team that Kalonzo can team up with, we only have two politicians. Two very strong politicians. We have Raila on one side and William Ruto on the other side. And it's also the truth that if Kalonzo today supports William Ruto, I know for a fact he will convince a good portion of the Kamba electorate to support William Ruto. That's a fact. I strongly believe that. If he throws his weight behind Raila Amolo Odinga, I know again, he will also convince a good portion of Kamba residents and voters to support Raila Amolo Odinga, simply because our politics is ethnic. So for them to say that Kalonzo will walk alone, they are lying. Maybe it's them who will walk alone. Maybe Kalonzo will support Raila, then they rebel, then they walk alone. That's also a possibility. Kalonzo supporting Raila, a majority of his supporters will support Raila. If he supports Mudavadi, the same. If he supports Ruto, the same. So these leaders are cheating. They are lying in broad daylight. Yeah, they're lying in broad daylight. And to Tanga supporters, it comes out that Tanga leaders and their supporters, they really fear Raila Amolo Odinga. And they are doing all they can to make sure that Raila is seen as somebody who is not a strong candidate. But the truth of the matter is that Tanga, they fear Raila Amolo Odinga more than any other candidate. So they are trying to spew all kinds of propaganda against Raila Amolo Odinga. Immediately, Raila shook hands with Uhuru Kenyatta. Tanga leaders were saying that it's just a matter of time. Uhuru is just using Raila. That's what they were saying. They were saying that. But it seems to appear they have now accepted the fact that actually the divorce between Uhuru and Ruto is true, is actually true. I think they have come to accept that. The only thing that still maybe they are still finding hard to accept is that Uhuru Kenyatta maybe has just endorsed Raila Amolo Odinga. That's something that Tanga finds very hard for them to accept that. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did mention when we were starting, if you've just bumped on this YouTube channel for the very first time, kindly subscribe and also give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Tamu sana. Tamu sana.